Welcome to Let's Talk Dementia. I am Carol Howell, your host, and we're going to talk about dementia and dementia caregiving. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you might notice something different today. Check out the hair, or maybe check out the lack thereof. Well, it's been a rough couple of weeks lately in my mama's journey, and that means it's been a rough couple of weeks in caregiving for me and for my family. I went to the beauty shop 2 days ago and wasn't feeling so good. I've had an ulcer that's flared up again, and it was making me feel yucky, and just life in general made me feel, well, just a little down. I'm just going to be honest with you. You guys are on this caregiving journey, and you know what that feels like. And I'm sitting there, and I'm a good week past my needed haircut, and I wear it short anyway. And I said to the beautician, sometimes I think I'm just going to buzz cut it all off and be done with it. And she said, Carol, you got the head for it. Let's try it. The next thing I knew, I was agreeing to that. She left these little fringes right here, and I got a few little sideburns. But boy, the rest of it is this long. Oh, it's like a quarter of an inch all over my whole head. It feels so neat. Trying to decide if I like it or not. My husband seriously does not. But, alas, it ain't going to grow back tonight. Give me 3 weeks, though. It'll be back. So I went to see my mama, who has advanced Alzheimer's. But after I had it done, I thought, gosh, what if when I go to see mama, she doesn't recognize me? Because it is really different. And you have to know the last few times I've visited mama, she has said, do you know where Carol is? Are you Carol? And yeah, Mom, I'm Carol. And she'd go, why did I think you were Evelyn? Well, Evelyn is her sister. And then a few minutes later, she'd go, are you Carol? And I'd go, yeah, Mom, I'm Carol. She'd go, why did I think you were Geneva? And Geneva's her other sister. So Carol has not been Carol all the time in Mama's brain. So I thought, now that I've got my hair cut short, I'm likely to show up and Mama not have a clue who I am. I might have really messed up. But again, just like with my husband not liking it, it's not like I could fix that problem. Although I still think I like this short hair. So I went to see Mama, and I got down in front of her. She's in a wheelchair. And I said, hey, Mama, how are you? And her eyes got real big. And she said, you got your hair cut. And I said, yes, I did. Do you like it? She thinks about it for a minute. She said, I don't dislike it, but I don't know if I do like it. But you can carry it off. You've got the face for it. Well, I had a totally cognitively sound, logical conversation with my mama for about 30 seconds. It's the first one I've had in a very long time, and it was kind of funny. And I told her, I said, Mama, feel it. Mama could not figure out how to get her hand up into my head. I had to help guide her hand to my head for her to feel it. It feels like a baby's butt. It is so soft. And all my gray, look at this. This is gray, and this is gray. All these gray. I can't do this backwards. All this gray stuff. I got a gray ring across the back here. I'm going to be a white-headed woman one day, and that's okay too. But it was interesting with Mama. She did know who I was. I got to tell you what happened later. I tell you these stories and the things that happen in my life because I'm hoping that when they happen or something similar to them happens in your caregiving journey, you might can remember it and have tools, and ideas on how to respond. But Mom and I were sitting in her room, and I had been with her that morning for several hours. I go on Thursday mornings. I have caregivers that go on different mornings, but Thursday mornings I go because Mama meets with the geriatric psychiatrist on that morning, and we review medications. Doing it every Thursday morning for a while. So I was waiting on the geriatric psychiatrist to come. My mama had asked me 5,326 questions. I am not even kidding you. It was like being with a 3-year-old that if they said, why is the sky blue? And you would say, well, because God made it blue. And they would go, why? And then you answered that, and they would go, why? How kids will just do one question after the other. Well, Mama is either asking one question after the other when you are with her, or she is in the phase of her dementia where life is all about her. It's me, 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 me. I need this. I want that. I need this. I want that. I'm hot. I'm cold. Get me out of here. Push the wheelchair faster. I want to get in the bed. I want to get out of the bed. I don't want to eat. I'm hungry. I need to use the bathroom. I don't need it. It's just me, 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 me. I. It will wear you down. So I'm either answering questions or hearing Mama's long litany of her needs. And I use that word needs very lightly. Well, it got quiet for just a second. We were watching the Lucy show. And it was like, oh, the quiet just felt so good to my poor little worn out brain. And she goes, you know, I didn't have you. And I said, what do you mean? She said, I didn't have you. I got you when you were little and I raised you. You were little. And I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, look at you. You're too young for me to have had you. And I was like, okay, Mama, well, that's good. I'm glad you told me. Well, now the funny thing is, my mom and I look a whole lot alike. And when people see us together, they actually ask if we're twins, to which I go, do I look like I'm 79 years old? And you better not answer that question wrong, let me tell you right now. So there's no doubt that my mama is my biological mama. Well, I thought about it later, and I was on the phone with my older sister. And Sissy, if you're watching this, you got to know I thought this was so funny. I told Sissy about it, and it hit Sissy hard, and I felt sad that it did. And she said, Carol, it's not true. It's not true. I remember when Mama was pregnant, and I remember her leaving and coming back with a baby. And I said, Sissy, I never doubted it. We do look a lot alike. But it was funny, and I told Michael, I said, last night I was thinking about it. You have to know my mama's name is Vera, begins with a V, and I have two, an older sister and a younger sister whose names begin with V, and we had dogs whose names began with V, and then there's Carol, whose name does not begin with a V, and everybody always asks me why I didn't get a V, and of course I don't have an answer to that. I wasn't exactly part of that decision-making process. But I told my husband, I said, you know, if I wanted to believe that my mama was not my mama, it would explain why my name doesn't have a V, and I'm just different from everybody in my family. And my sisters will tell you that's true. I'm different. Oh my, but the things that our folks say. So I know I'm my mama's, and I'm glad. And you know, for some weird reason, I found out I wouldn't. It wouldn't make a hill of beans difference to me. I love that woman like there's nobody business, but we sure do look a lot alike. Caregiving is an interesting journey, isn't it? I tell you, there are days that I leave her that I feel happy and smiling and I'm rejoicing for life. And there's days when I leave her that I am so worn out and I'm sad and I'm realizing that more and more I'm losing her. But you know, there's one thing, I'm getting my thought together here. There's one thing that is common in all those days. I'm doing everything I can for my mama. And there are days I'm doing more than I should. I know this. But I know that no matter what, God's got her. He's got a plan for her. He's got a plan for me and for my family, for my sisters. And I'm glad for that. I cling to that. I hope you do in your caregiving journey. I hope you realize that you are not alone and that we're never alone. That there's always someone walking ahead of us and beside us and behind us and surrounding us. And that someone is the good Lord up above. I'm thankful for that. Well, that's my story. So I've got short hair. What do you think? You can write me and tell me you hate it if you like, or you can write me and tell me it's cool. I don't really care. I've got it. It's going to be what it is till it grows back. And you can't tell. I might get it cut short again. My husband's eyes might pop out. I have to tell you, when I came home with it, he wouldn't look me in the eye. He was looking at me above my eyes. I said, well, you can look at me. It'll be okay. He said, I just can't get used to it. I just can't get used to it. So I've been wearing bigger earrings so that they show up. Couldn't hardly see them with my glasses there, could you? Well, I hope your caregiving journey is a good one, and I hope that no matter what your loved one says, that you will remember to respond positively. Don't respond negatively. Don't respond with anxiety or anger or sadness or anything but just, okay, that's good. Glad to hear it. I didn't know that. Well, isn't that wonderful? Tell me more. That's 3 magic words right there. Tell me more. Tell me about it. 4 magic words. See, I can count. Tell me about it. Magic words, no matter what the situation. You can always say, tell me about it. Well, I always like to leave you with something funny, and I'm sitting here looking at the screen realizing I generally adjust things so that you see the pretty pictures in the background. Aren't they pretty? I love them. But instead, you've been looking at the dog crate. Oh, well, life is hard. As my mama says, life is hard, and then one day you wake up dead. Isn't that uplifting? Oh, my goodness. So here's your funny for the day. A while back, I started reading to you some hymns that you didn't know about that belong to different professions. So I'm going to show you some more of those, tell you some more of those today. The gossiper's hymn is Pass It On. The electrician's hymn is Send the Light. Shopper's hymn, Sweet By and By. Realtor's hymn. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop. I do like that song. Massage therapist hymn. He touched me. And for those who speed on the highway, here are a few hymns. 55 miles an hour. God will take care of you. 75 miles per hour. Nearer, my God, to thee. 85 miles an hour. This world is not my home. 95 miles per hour. Lord, I'm coming home. And 100 miles per hour. Precious memories. That made me laugh. I thought those were cute. I hope you laughed today. I know your caregiving journey is going to make it difficult for you to laugh, but you got to. I tell you, if you don't, the top of your head's going to spin off. Flames are going to spew out. It's going to look worse than my short haircut, which I like. Have a great day. Blessings and smiles on you, your loved one, and your caregiving journey. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. When you subscribe, you'll be able to stay up to date on our latest videos, and all of the videos are free. Check out my book, Let's Talk Dementia. It is available on Amazon. The link is in the description below. Blessings and smiles.